morning, 8 a.m. club. You hear this? They're cutting the grass at 8 a.m. in the morning, and that's what we're dealing with today. But I'm going to speak up and see if you can hear me. So let me know if you can hear me. First of all, good morning and happy Friday, you awesome healthcare leaders and innovators. We made it through a whole week again, and we did it together. Today, we are going to recap everything we talked about during the week. But before we do that, as always, two things. One is, this is what my cup says today, so embrace it, enjoy it. And number two, let's start our morning practice. Oh, finally, thank you. Let's start our practice routine, our morning routine. Every morning before I touch any electronics, before I check my emails, I check Instagram or Facebook, I answer 3 questions. And this really helps out for me. It sets the tone for the day, and also it puts me in the right mindset to attack that day. So let's do it together. I do it with you so that you can see it only takes 3 minutes of your morning, and I hope that you can do it with me. So first question that we're going to answer, and I want you to write your answer in the comments as I tell you my what I wrote this morning is, what are we going to let go of? I'm going to read you what I said, what I wrote this morning. You write it in the comments. I'm going to let go of toxic people and their toxic behaviors. Yes, there's a story behind it, but it's my personal story. What are you going to let go of today? Question number 2 is, what are we grateful for today? I am grateful for Vera. Vera, you know who you are. You were amazing. Thank you so much. Yesterday you called me and you gave me the best news ever. I feel like part of my brain is empty again and I can now move on, so thank you. What are you guys grateful for this morning? Just write it in the comments. It's very easy. It takes a second. Last question that we're going to answer before we dive into the topics is, what are you going to accomplish today? And it is, what are you going to accomplish today for the day? Not in the long term, you know, not like buying a house. Well, if you can buy a house today, go ahead. But it's not that kind of goal. What are you going to accomplish today so that you can accomplish your long-term goal? And I wrote, I'm going to edit video number 4 of this series that I'm starting in September. In the middle of September, you'll hear about it. So I'm not going to waste my time right now. But write what you're going to accomplish today in the comments. All right. Are you guys ready to get into this Friday recap? Because I am. All right. Let me put down my coffee mug and let's go. This week, we talked about 3 topics, not 4, because I had a long week. Monday, I got rained on as I was going live. I had to bring everything inside, and I failed to check on the Wi-Fi. The Wi-Fi failed on me, and you guys got nothing on Monday. So what we talked about Monday, I talked about instead on Thursday. So here we go. We talked about 3 topics. The first one was hire slow and fire fast. In full disclosure, I know about this from my dear friends at Zappos. I love them. I love them. And this concept is kind of hard to implement, I'm going to tell you, because we all agree on the fire fast part of this sentence, right? Of course, if someone is not doing what they're supposed to do, they're not moving forward with the company, they are not representing your core values and your culture, there is no space for them. There's no way that they should stay on the team. Do we agree on this? Great. Now let's talk about the hire slow part of all of this. The biggest lesson that I learned is that we need to hire for culture alignment and not for just skills or to replace or fill a vacant spot. Are you with me on this? Please give me a thumbs up if you are. I hope you are. So why do we need to do this? The reason is simple. If we really want to protect what we have created at work in terms of work culture, work ethics, customer experience that we have built, the team that we have built, why would we just hire anyone who would just show up at the door, right? So the takeaways, there are 3 takeaways from our Tuesday 8 a.m. club. One is that you need to slow down your hiring process by simply, they started again, I'm so sorry, by simply adding extra steps and extra cross checks. Takeaway number 2 is you need to involve your entire team in the selection process, in the interview process, and also in the decision making. And takeaway number 3 is very difficult. This is the most difficult step, is pay your candidates to quit before they're even offered the position, before they even finish their training. For more details about this, all you need to do is to go to my LinkedIn profile, go to the featured posts, and you will find this entire 8 a.m. club. It's only 9 minutes long, but it was posted on Tuesday. All right, topic number 2 is breaking the script. Getting closer. All right, then I'm gonna get closer. Breaking this week has been like this, guys. First it rains, then Wi-Fi dies, then my umbrella dives in the pool, is blown into the pool, and then today we have these guys making this beautiful music behind us, but that's okay. Topic number 2 is breaking the script, and this has to do with us creating an amazing and winning customer experience. Now I'm screaming. Are you guys done? Good. All right. So we talked about the fact that our minds they create scripts for any kind of situation. You know, going to the supermarket, going to the bank, and of course going to the doctor's office. When patients come into our office, experience a delightful surprise, they're more prone to recommend us and to talk about it with all their friends and, of course, online. To support this statement, I'm going to give you some stats. 94% of patients who experience a defining moment, this moment of elevation, of delightful surprise, will tell about it to all their friends and will write about it online. They will also remember it years from now. Compare this to only 60% of just highly satisfied patients. Highly satisfied means they come through the door, they have a great experience, they have a very good visit, they go home, they're happy. The 60% of just highly satisfied patients may or may not talk about their experience with their friends. Compare 94% of people, of humans who will, and to 60% who just might. So you understand the difference is huge. And it tells you how important it is for our teams to create those magic moments, those moments that will be remembered years from now. The reason is that we tend to remember flagship moments of the experience. So the peaks, the pits, and the transitions. And in healthcare, if we're doing it right, we are managing around 25 to 30 minutes of patient experience at a time. That's the time that we have to shine bright. But in order to do this, we said we need to give our team the license to break the script, the license to create those moments without fearing any consequences. Have you noticed how we talk about this topic all the time? We talked about it last week. We talked about it this week twice. This is a recurring theme that I really believe in. All right, last topic for the week was consistency, right? This has to do, of course, with creating a consistent patient experience so that we can generate that army of brand ambassadors. And we talked about the fact that the biggest lesson that we learned was that consistency makes or breaks relationships in life and, of course, in business. Am I correct? So we said, in order for us to generate this army of brand ambassadors, there are 5 things that we can do right now to create a consistent patient experience. Action number one is creating a mission statement for your customer experience team. The customer experience mission statement is basically your promise. What are you promising your patients, your customers, anyone you interact with? And I see a lot of small businesses, small private practices who skip this step altogether, not understanding how important it is for 2 reasons. One is that it will actually give you the chance to have a concrete plan for your customer experience. And number 2, it will hold you accountable with your patients because, and there we go. Now we go to action number 2. Once you make the promise, action number 1, you need to keep that promise, action number 2. So not only I want you to write down your mission statement, but that says what you're going to promise, but also I want you to write down, second part, how you're going to achieve it. And so I shared that my company has 3 tools specified in the mission statements, and those are anticipating needs, exceeding expectations, and making it your own, meaning putting your signature on it, on the experience. All right, Step number 3, action number 3, is to set clear expectations. So we talked about how we tell our patients what time they should expect a phone call back from the doctor, or we promise a school form within 48 hours from the time that we put in the request for the nurse and the doctor to sign it. But actually, we over-deliver. This is anticipate needs and exceeding expectations by 24 hours. Action number 4 is empower your team to make their own decisions in the best interest of the patient without fearing repercussions or consequences. This is, again, it's recurring, right? This topic is always going to be there because it's important for your team to have the freedom to create these moments, right? And final step is number 5 is you need to also have a clear exit plan, meaning a clear plan B for when things go wrong, because things, my friends, are going to go wrong and you do not want to get surprised and stuck at that time. All right, so we went through all that we talked about this week. Thank you for bearing with me and for the guys, bearing with the guys in the back here, just doing their job. It's Friday. Go celebrate. Attack this day. I will see you all next week, 8 a.m. on Monday, with more topics and with our morning routine.